Friends are here for a season and a reason, so you might be friends with someone for years and they're always going to be there for you. They're kind of your anchor or something. But some people you might be friends with for maybe 6 months and they were really great friends. They were really a great confidant, and I can think of so many friends that were really great to me for the time that we were really good friends, really close friends. Hi, welcome to a video that you're the title of. I'm Gloria and today I'm going to be getting ready, doing my makeup, picking an outfit, and essentially just talking about a lot of things, but mostly friendship breakups. So if that interests you, feel free to keep watching. Okay, so my makeup routine is fairly easy, especially since I just have a class, so it's not going to be very fancy. So I'm just going to start out with primer. Okay, so I have a few notes here, so I might look down from time to time. I have a primer. I'm not going to show which brand it is from because it's an MLM. Over the years, I have had my fair share of groups of friends. I've been in groups of girlfriends. I've had no friends, and I've been this person that's friends with multiple people from different groups but not really belonging to a certain group. So I think I've gone pretty much full circle at this point. And I think that there were advantages and disadvantages to every single situation I was in. Let's start with being in a group of girlfriends. So I always love having a group of girlfriends because it's just so great to have a group of friends that you can party with, you can hang out with, that you can relate with, and it's just, when it's a good energy, it's a good energy, and it's just such a feel-good moment. You really feel like you're in a movie sometimes, like in a Sex and the City or something. Like it feels great. But a disadvantage to being in a friend group that sometimes happen is if not all the friends are really friends, if I may say. So maybe you've been in a situation before where maybe one of the friends is a little bit more excluded and the other friends kind of talk behind that excluded friend's back. That's just an energy I highly dislike. It really sucks when it happens. Try to get away from those types of situations where you're talking behind someone else's back. So now I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter foundation. It's in the color 440. So I haven't always been the best at handling friendship breakups. I mean, I'm still not the best, like very much not. But yeah, if we move on to belonging to multiple friend groups, I think it can be a really good experience to be friends with multiple people because you can experience different points of views. It's a fun time to be friends with so many people. You feel like you're friends with a lot of people, but at the same time, you kind of feel like you don't belong anywhere, and so it's kind of complicated, I can say. And well, when you're friends with no one, you really don't have any friends. For people who have never experienced it, they'll think it's the most depressing thing ever, and it is kind of depressing at some points, but for the most part you really develop your independence. I mean, I did anyway. When I went through that, I guess it was mostly in the 8th and 9th grade. So there was this group of girlfriends that was like, yeah, actually we don't really want to be friends with you anymore, which, you know, I don't think I really fit in with those girls, and it's okay. However, I do think they could have handle it better, but I think in 8th or 9th grade you're kind of pretty much an asshole. Like at the end of the day, it's fine. Like you don't really know nuance in 8th or 9th grade. It's black or white, it's never gray. So it's just, I think they could have handled it better, but like, it is what it is. And so I ended up having no friends, and I was in this new school. I didn't really have a few other friends to fall back on. I was really just on my own by myself, and so it really sucked. I'm not going to lie, it really sucked, and I felt very lonely. It was a dark time. You know, being rejected in a way that I was, it really taught me that, you know what, not everyone is going to like you in life. And I mean, I could cry about it, and I did cry about it, but I can also realize, hey, it's okay. I don't think I want to be friends with people who don't want to be friends with me either. You don't want to be friends with people who are constantly talking behind your back, which they were. I think it ended up being for the best. I ended up really learning to be okay with being on my own, and I'm very grateful for that, because if I'm ever in a situation where I'm by myself, I know how to handle myself, and I'm grateful to have learned that skill. And yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to be doing my eyebrows. It's with the Brown Stylist frame and set by L'Oréal Paris. So after leaving high school, I mean, you know how adults are always like, I'm an adult, but adults are always like, oh yeah, you're not going to stay friends with the people you went to high school with. Yeah, it doesn't last forever. You hear it so many times, it's just like, oh yeah, whatever. But when you actually experience it, you're like, oh, okay. they weren't lying. My last year of high school was really a great year. It was my best year, I think. I was in this IB program. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's a program for kids that think they're smart, essentially. I was in this program, and the last year was really fun because everyone in like of the same grade kind of became friends, if I may say. Like everyone was hanging out together, all the classes were hanging out together, and everyone was nice to each other, and it was so much fun. I thought that after high school it could stay like that, but it didn't, of course, because we all went to different CJEPs. Yeah, but it still sucks that you'll see people on Instagram that you used to be kind of close with. You used to tell them your secrets, but now you don't talk anymore, not because anything happened, but just because you don't see each other every day anymore, and you don't really have anything to say at the moment to like catch up or anything, and it kind of just, it sucks, dude. Like, it kind of sucks. Okay, so you're a little bit closer so you can actually see what I'm doing. But yeah, and if you're still in high school and you haven't experienced that and you think, oh yeah, but it's different for my friend group, like we're going to be friends forever. And yeah, there are friends that, there are friend groups that are really very much taken together, but as a rule of thumb, friend groups don't really hold up, or at least not the entire friend group, just because you go to different colleges or CJEPs, hanging out with different people that have different points of views, you're exposed to different realities, and you just change, you just evolve, and the people that you were friends with in high school aren't necessarily suiting you anymore. I mean, you don't necessarily grow at the same pace, right? After high school, maybe you get into your first serious relationship, maybe you're going to move in with that person, maybe you get really serious, and on the other hand, the rest of your friend group is still really very much like dating around, not really planning on getting to a serious relationship, and it's okay. And it's just, sometimes you just don't have as many things to relate to as much as you did before, and it's just something that happens. And especially now with quarantine, I find it so hard to stay in touch with my friends because I don't have anything to say. I don't have anything to share, and it's hard to text them, to hit them up like, hey, what's up? They're going to be like, not much, what about you? And you're like, well, not much. And it's just, I don't know, I just find it so difficult to catch up with someone when I don't have anything to catch them up on. And I don't know, like I really wish I could see them. I really wish I could hang out with them in person because it's easier. I find that my conversation with my friends flows much easier in person because you're just, not everything can be said over text, not everything can be said over FaceTime. It's just, I miss my friends, honestly. And so all those factors make sense, right? That you grow up, you outgrow friends outgrow you, quarantine, you don't have as much to say. All those factors make sense. But why does it still hurt when you lose a friend, when a friendship ends? Why does it hurt so much? Because I went through something like that kind of a few months back, and it really hurt me. It really hurt to realize that someone I had been friends with for a good amount of time, I wasn't friends with anymore. And just, it wasn't that any of us did anything bad, but it is what it is. And it's hard to get your head around it that, oh, that person I thought I was going to be friends with forever, I'm not actually friends with anymore. And I guess it really hit me because I've always dreamed of having a best friend forever, right? Because in movies and TV shows, it's always been set up that the people you're friends with forever, but guys kind of come and go. Like the boyfriends, it's okay if you break up, it's normal, but the friendships, no, they're supposed to stay. There's such an emphasis on female friendships into these movies, and it just sucks when you're not experiencing that anymore, and you just feel like, oh, I should have a really strong female friendship in my life right now, but I don't really have one. And it makes you like, at least me, it kind of gave me FOMO. It kind of gave me FOMO. And yeah, so I've heard a lot of people say that friendship breakups actually hurt more than romantic breakups, and I would kind of agree. It's fully okay to not be friends with the same people you grew up with, but it's still like, I still feel like I'm missing out because I don't have someone that knows me as deeply, like that has known me for so long and that has been close to me for so many years, except my family. And what I learned from going through a friendship breakup is that life works in a way that friends are here for a season and a reason. So you might be friends with someone for years and they're always going to be there for you. They're kind of your anchor or something. But some people you might be friends with for maybe 6 months and they were really great friends. They were really a great confidant, and I can think of so many friends that were really great to me for the time that we were really good friends, really close friends, and now we're not necessarily talking. We still might talk every once in a while, respond to stories or whatever, but I mean, we don't talk on a regular basis. But I'm still so grateful to those friends, because in that point in time I really needed their friendship, I really needed their input, and they were really great people overall. And so I don't know, I really believe in that quote that friends are here for a reason and a season, and just it hurts when the season is over and you want the friends to stay here, and it just there's more to come. There's always more to come. You might find your next really good friend in a place that you don't really expect it to. Maybe it might be in your mom, in your sister, in your boyfriend, in your brother, in anyone, like in a friend that you weren't really close to before, or an acquaintance, but now they're really like your bro. And so I don't know. Okay, so now I'm going to do eyeshadow. So I'm going to be using the NYX Ultimate Shadow Palette. This one, this color, this color. If you're going through a friendship breakup now, what I can say is that what helped me and when you go through my friendship breakup is that time helps, honestly. I know it's a cliche, everyone says that, but like time really helps. Like taking time away from the situation helps tremendously. Something also that really helped is muting them on Instagram. So in today's day and age, it's kind of seen as passive aggressive to upload someone, but I mean, you can mute them. So I think it's important to take that time to, you know, to yourself, to be like, I hope they're doing good, but I don't necessarily want to see that they're doing good right now, because I'm not ready to encourage them to be doing even better, but I'm getting there. Something else that really helped me was journaling. So really putting everything that I was feeling on paper helped, because I could really write anything that I wanted without any restraints, without fear that anyone would know. I didn't have to bother anyone with my problems. I didn't have to like be a weight on someone and just be telling them everything I'm feeling. Just journaling really helped me. And also doing a lot of activities, so really living my best life as if nothing had happened. And when I really needed to, I also talked to people I trusted. So like sometimes journaling just isn't enough, and you need someone else's confirmation that, you know, you're not crazy for feeling sad about it or for leaving the friendship or whatever reason ended. It just helps to have someone else normalize it. So all in all, if you're going through a friendship breakup, it hurts. I know it hurts, but this too shall pass. And if you fear that you're not necessarily going through a friendship breakup, but you don't necessarily have a lot of friends, what I can say is that I would personally prefer to have 4 quarters instead of 100 pennies, because who wants to carry 100 pennies? I mean, it's fully okay to not have a large group of friends, to only have 1 or 2 friends. But if those 1 or 2 friends are really good and you can really rely on them, why would you need the 100 friends that aren't reliable, that you can't actually call if you're in need? So yeah. Oh, by the way, on my eyeshadow I also added the Fenty Beauty bronzer, and it's in the darkest shade. So now I'm going to be using the Milk Makeup Farajou. Yeah, that. It's in that shade. I got it for free, so it's not really the right shade, but it's fine. And even if you don't really have any friends right now that you can really rely on, I mean, it's okay to feel lonely from time to time, especially right now. A lot of people are feeling that way right now. And even the people that have groups of friends sometimes feel like they're by themselves, like they don't have anyone to rely on. So if you feel that way, don't feel like you're the only one that's going through that. A lot of people are experiencing it, so don't worry about it. You're doing great. I'll try to list down a few phone numbers that you can call to if you feel really lonely, because it's normal to feel lonely. Just know that you're not actually alone. And please feel free to have a discussion in the comments. Like, feel free to like comment the video and tell me if you've ever gone through a friendship breakup, if you've experienced it, if you've seen some friends experience it. What's your take on it? What's your take on your friends right now, and how are you doing? I really hope you're doing good. And yeah, that's the makeup. Gloss. High Shine lip gloss that I got at the pharmacy, I think. Okay, so now I'm just going to get the outfit. And this is the outfit. So it's just a black turtleneck that I got at Dynamite maybe a year or 2 ago, and belt I bought at L'Aubainerie, and some khaki pants that I got at Dynamite over the summer. So, and with my scarf that I sleep with at night. So yeah, this is the outfit, and no shoe because no shoes in the house. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope it helped with anything. Feel free to comment, feel free to have a conversation. I would love to respond to your comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.